Congratulations on the victory. That third round seemed like an absolute war. What was your reaction to the fight?
Everything was going according to game plan until that third round. But at the end of the second, I got hit with a headbutt. We just clashed heads, and then blood started rushing into my eyes, and it was bothering me a little bit. And then for that split second and the third, I was thinking oh, what the heck is in my eye? Let me wipe it. Then bam, I got caught. But it wasn't really that bad. I was able to recover right away, get back up on my feet. I think his corner thought I was more hurt than I actually was because they were like, oh, he's finished. So ended up becoming a fun little brawl. Not what my coaches wanted me to do, but I felt like it was entertaining for these people.
Any concerns with the judges' scorecards?
No, I thought I won the first two rounds. Even in the third, I thought I almost finished him at the end of the third with a submission. So I was hoping at least the third would be a tie. But I figured I had the first two rounds in the bag.
He's suffered some personal loss recently. His father just passed away. I don't know if you knew that, but if you did, is it harder to fight a guy knowing they've just gone through some hardships in life?
Yeah, of course it's harder. I'm not the type that needs to hate my opponent to fight him. All the respect, condolences to Lyman. He's a monster for even coming out here and doing it this week and coming out and fighting. I could only imagine what he was going through. But this sport's all about respect. I'm a martial artist, so I don't have to sit there and talk trash or hate the guy. Even after the fight, I'll sit there and have respect for the guy. Even on social media, we didn't have to talk trash or anything like that. People knew that our two names were going to come out there and put on a show.
There's been a lot of conversation about fighting in the empty arena, but I want to ask specifically, do you think your corner, if they react well to strikes and stuff, do you think that the corner in there could sway the judges?
I don't really know. I had a lot of people telling me, how when them guys would land a kick or something, they're like, hey, our plan was to do something like that, but we just said, forget it. We'll just win the right way. We don't have to sway the judges. We'll let my fist sway the judges.
I mean, it's 3 in a row now for you. What's next? Where'd you go from here?
Man, it's 7 of my last 8, and I want a number next to my name. I will at least fight a guy that's ranked. I see all these main events popping up. I'm a guy willing to fight 5 rounds. I feel like I'm a 5-round fighter, so if any of these ranked guys are willing to fight during these times and be man enough, let's go. Hit me up.
Congrats.
Great fight, Belal. Over here, to your left.
Oh, my bad.
No problem. How did the fight play out as opposed to what you were expecting or what your coaches were thinking would happen?
We know that he was a very strong striker and he wanted to move forward and try to bang. So I'm a forward-moving fighter too. So we worked a lot on my lateral movement, side to side. We didn't want to stand in front of him and bang, make it one of those fights. We felt like that was his only way of beating me, was for me to stand in front and bang. All right, if he catches me, then he wins. Otherwise, I'm more athletic, I feel like, and I have many other ways to win. So I wanted to go out there and fight, show other parts of my game where I could show some better footwork. I felt like I showed a lot of good footwork, a lot of evading from his big punches. And my game plan is to take him down, and I did it in the third round. I showed that I was still able to do that and take his back.
What did you like most about what you did tonight, and what did you think that could have really been improved on?
As my coaches were screaming, I know they were yelling at me the whole time to add more to my combinations. I'll evade one, and then I'll go 1-2. I should have kept going with it. If I added more strikes to it, I feel like I could have broke him a lot sooner. And the game plan was to shoot more during the fight. So to go in the first round, try to take him down early, take him down in the second round. But I think I only got the third round takedown, and I got his back from there. So that was the game plan the whole time, to take him down, take his back. And I mean, it came through in the third round, but I should have done it a lot earlier.
Did he hit harder than you expected, or was it pretty much what you thought he had is what he had?
No, I mean, I know he was tough, he was strong, but I felt like I've fought some of the best strikers in the UFC so far, and I've trained with some of the best guys in the world. So it's not one of those where I want to feel his power. I feel like I knew he was going to be a tough opponent. He's a big veteran, so in the end, I got the W, so that's all that mattered.
Last question for me. It seems like we're looking at the best Belal Muhammad we've ever seen. What do you attribute to that?
Man, just working with the coaches around me, man. I got Mike Valle, Daniel Anderley, Lewis Taylor, and I'm the type that I like to take knowledge from many different coaches. I've been working with the best coach in the world, Duke Rufus. This camp, I was able to go down to Fortis MMA for a week and train down there with those guys. I'm one of those guys where this sport is so short. You have a 10-year window not even counting injuries or anything like that. So you got to fit 40 years of knowledge into this 10 years. That's what my coach, Mike Valley, always tells me. So if you could go around, train with some of the best coaches in the world, get what they think, get little pieces from them, and them, use what is good and throw away what is bad, like Bruce Lee always says. So that's what I want to do. I'm a martial artist, so I want to get better every fight. I want to show I'm growing every fight.
I like that. This fight was testament to the fact that the nice guys don't always finish last.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Got it.
Well, what do you think it's going to take to tap into that top 15 and get up in those rankings? Is it another win? Is it just finally getting one of these guys and beating them? Because you're putting up good, impressive fights. Why do you think that the UFC hasn't put you up there already?
I don't think it's the UFC. I think it's these ranked guys are afraid to fight, man. All these guys use their number next to their name as an excuse of why I'm not going to fight. Oh, I don't want to fight below me. I don't want to fight below me. During this time right now, as you can see with like George Masvidal and all of them, like Dana White's going to pass up. Hey, you don't want to fight? All right, we're moving on to the next guy. You don't want to fight? Moving on to the next guy. So I feel like that's what they need to start doing. They need to get rid of these rankings because they don't mean anything. I feel like I could beat anybody in the top 15 right now, and I'm good enough to be anybody in the top 15. Just because they have a number next to their name doesn't mean they're better than me. So the only thing that number does for them is to give them an excuse to say no. Like, oh, do you want to fight this guy? No, I'm not going to fight below me. Why would I want to risk my number? That's what all these guys are using. But these are the type of guys that they're just happy to have a number next to their name. Me, I want to fight for the title one day. I want to be the best. So I'm gonna fight the best guys out there right now. And during this time, quarantine and stuff like that, you're gonna make a name for yourself by being active. You see Gilbert Durinho, he sat there, fought 3 times in a year. Now he's fighting for the belt. That's because he was willing to say yes every single time. So that's what I want to be. I want to be on that Gilbert Durinho route.
If you could sort of pick your path to the top, what sort of names would you like to make sure that you meet? I know you just want to take whoever's up there and whoever's higher and who's good, but if you could pick a wish list of guys that you would love to meet on the way up to the top, who would be on that list?
I think the next one should be Ponzinibbio. I think he's top 5 or top 7 or something like that. He hasn't fought in a while. He's sitting there calling out Dos Anjos, who's lost 4 of his last 5, and he's a 55er. I feel like me and him should be fighting. And then after that, the guy I've been calling out for the last 10 years, Kobe Covington. That's the guy that I've been had on my wish list for a while. So I want him more than I want the belt right now because I just want to get my hands on him. I want to feel my fist hit his face.
Congratulations on the victory. Right over here to your left. How do you see the title fight going down between Burns and Usman at Fight Island?
Man, that's an awesome fight, and I think a lot of people are counting out Gilbert Durinho too much, man. He sat there and he beat Woodley, who was probably one of the best guys in the division right now, and then he knocked out Maia, who one of the hardest guys to finish. So I feel like just with his momentum right now, he's riding high. I feel like I'm giving that fight to Durinho, especially because they're teammates. So you don't really got a game plan because they trained for so long together, and it's just about getting in shape. And Gilbert sat there and fought 3 times in this year against some of the toughest opponents, so I know he's in shape, and he's going to have that momentum going. So I'm going to give it to him.
How soon do you want to return to the octagon?
Well, the plan was to go straight into Fight Island, but these stitches got me on sideline for probably 3 weeks. But I'm gonna drink my milk, and hopefully they'll heal up quicker, and I want a quick turnaround.